Hey class, welcome back to chapter 3, linear relations and equations. Today we'll be looking at exercise 3F, developing a formula, setting up linear equations in two unknowns. So previously we have set up equations in one unknown and then solved it for a situation or a context. Today we will have multiple variables. We'll jump straight into an example for this one. Our example is that students at a camp can participate in canoeing or surfing. The cost of canoeing is $30 per hour and the cost of surfing is $20 per hour. So your aim with a worded question should be to read it and then see what the question wants you to solve. In this part A, we're going to construct a formula first for finding the cost, and we're told the cost is C, of canoeing for X hours and surfing for Y. So I'm going to take, let's go a highlighter. I'm going to take a highlighter and I'm going to highlight my variables. So canoeing is X hours, and we know that canoeing is $30 per hour. So that information is important, and we'll highlight that in the same colors that it goes together. The cost of surfing is $20 per hour, and we are surfing for Y hours. Our only other variable that's left is the cost C. So we're looking to find the total cost. As a formula, that will look a little bit like C equals. Okay, now if we canoe for X hours at $30 per hour, that will look a bit like this. So $30 per hour. If I canoe for 2 hours, it will be $60, 3 hours, $90, etc. Okay, so multiplying the time spent canoeing by the cost will give you one part of our formula. And the second, we're surfing, so the same thing. If it costs me $20 per hour, then it will be $20 times the number of hours, Y, that I choose to surf for. Okay, so we now have a formula. We're now going to use this formula in part B to solve how much Dennis is going to spend. So Dennis would like to spend 3 hours canoeing at the camp. And I'm going to go back to my highlighter and I'm going to highlight that in the yellow color that I used earlier for canoeing. So 3 hours canoeing. If the budget for each student is $150, how long can Dennis spend surfing? So we are not sure at this point. Surfing is the question mark, if you will. Okay, so I'm going to put a question mark next to that. What it means is we're solving for how long Dennis can spend surfing. So we're going to try and figure out what Y is. We know that X from this statement here is 3. Hopefully you guys can read that yellow on the screen. Okay, and finally, we need the total cost. So to be able to solve one variable, we need to have the other two. We've been told that the budget for each student is $150. So that's our cost variable. Okay, so if I go back to my pen for the moment, our cost is going to be $150. Okay, we don't know what Y is, we know what X is, we know what C is, and now we will substitute and solve. So the cost, $150, equals 30 times 3, and it's really important that we substitute in the right spot, which is why I've taken the same color, yellow for canoeing, green for surfing, blue for the total cost, to help you match those up. Okay, if you substitute Y as 3, you're going to get a very different and incorrect answer. Plus 20, and we don't know what Y is, that's what we're trying to solve for. So now, of course, we're going to rearrange and solve for Y. You can do this on your CAS using the solve function. We will do it by hand. So simplifying this 30 times 3 gives us 90 plus 20Y. And now we're aiming to get Y on its own to get a solution. So we'll start by subtracting 90 from both sides. Okay, and that will give us 60, I believe, yes, equals 20Y. And of course, to get Y on its own, currently we're multiplying by 20, so we're going to divide both sides by 20. And that gives us Y equals 3. When given worded problems, especially in context, we should add some words or write the answer in words. So in a sentence, Dennis can spend 3 hours surfing. And that's all there is to it, okay? This part is really important, I think, mathematically, moving forward, because it gives meaning to this solution and this number. and it puts it back into the context. With worded problems, try and write out your answers in words. It's just really, really good practice, especially going into your exams at the end of year 12. As always, guys, if you have any questions, let me know, but otherwise, good luck with the work, and I will speak to you all very soon.